Hello there and welcome to the St. Martin's Church podcast. My name's Niall Dunn and I'm the new worship leader here at St. Martin's. And being so new, I'm really keen to find out what happens here at the church. So this week I've interviewed various different people, one of whom is Nikki, who's the operations manager at the church, just to find out a little bit more about the kinds of things that are happening on a weekly basis here at St. Martin's. Nikki, who are you?
So I'm Nikki Carter. I'm the operations manager for St. Martin's Church.
And what's an operations manager?
Well, it's a new role that we've felt kind of called to do. And the idea behind it is that we take Steve as the rector, the vicar, and we split his role in half so that the parts that are all about the spiritual leadership of the church is what he gets on with. And I take on all the operation, all the organisation, all the kind of admin world that vicars can get tied into and not be able to be released into what they've been called to do.
Just thinking kind of, about, we're sitting here in the church hall. In an average week, in particularly the hall, but I guess the church building as well, it seems to me, I've only been here a few weeks, and it just seems to me there's so much going on. Could you give us a bit of a, kind of overview of the kinds of things during an average week that are going on?
Well, obviously you have Sunday services, so all the things that are going on, running 3 services on a Sunday. And so outside of that, we start the week on a Monday. We have Knit and Natter going on at the church, which started probably about a year ago. And it's not a solely church thing, it's a run church thing. Yes, it's really developed, and friendships are being formed in that.
So, who are you?
I'm Tiff.
So what do you do at St. Martin's?
I do a few different things. I've just been commissioned as a local pastoral worker. I help with ABC and Sunday school. I tinker with a bit of social media, just anything that needs doing. I've been cleaning and anything.
So
I get bored.
The amount of people that I've met at this church, and everybody just does lots of things. So it's like you wear lots of hats.
I think there's a lot that needs doing, especially as it's growing. So we're all finding different roles.
Yeah. And you're also involved with you kind of run the Knit and Natter as well, don't you? Yeah,
that's every Monday morning, and we've got people of all ages, going from about 20 to don't want to
guess
what the older age is.
Yeah, that's wise.
Yeah, but that's really nice. We get some people come in, they don't know how to knit or crochet, but they come in just for the natter. Yeah. And that's fine. We like that.
Oh, so you do just get people who just come in just to have a cup of tea and have a chat?
Generally,
nice.
Not much knitting gets done.
Oh, right.
Because we're just chatting.
Do you ever do like projects with it, so that you're trying to work towards it?
We haven't, but we do want to. We're trying to think of something to do for the church, like to display. But we haven't thought of anything yet.
Yeah. Oh, cool. How long has that been going then?
That's been going since last January, so it's a year old now.
Well, one of the things I've noticed, I just briefly see you guys getting ready for Knit and Natter after our little prayer meeting in the church there. And it's really nice that there's kids about.
Yeah, we're quite lucky in the church that it's such a big space, and we've got the children's corner that has a stair gate, not that they stay in there.
No, yeah.
But they can, there's toys there for them, and I think we're probably one of the only craft groups that would let kids in, because they're not kind of grabbing at the wall and they've got so much else to do.
And then we get into Monday evening, we have the youth club down in the cellars.
There's this little room, isn't it, the cellars? When I discovered it, I was amazed.
Yeah, so it's literally the cellars.
For the young people here. They've got their own little space, which is awesome.
And I wouldn't be able to tell you how long that buildings or that part of the building's been used for youth, but I know that I went down there as a youth 20 years ago.
So it's been a while.
Definitely.
Hi, I'm Pete Morgan, and I've been in Liskeard just over 30 years now. I was a secondary school teacher for 32 years at Saltash, and then did about 8 years semi-retired doing supply. So teenagers are really where I'm at.
One of the big things you've done for a long time is work with the youth here in
Yeah,
St.
well,
Martin.
when I first came to Liskeard, Rosie and I were there, and we said, we did some youth work when we were at Landrake. Would you like some help? And they sort of said, gosh, someone volunteering. This was quite unusual. And so we went along to the group that existed, and in a remarkably short time, I found it was all mine.
Wow.
So, ever since then, we've been doing it.
The youth group that you particularly lead is on a Sunday night.
Sunday night, 6 o'clock.
And what's the age range of
That's very much secondary school only. We also have a big focus on music down there. We have got a full sound system and electric guitar, bass guitar, and keyboard and electric drums. So there's not a lot we can't do.
And every now and then that group will lead some songs in church on a Sunday as well.
We used to do that fairly regularly.
Okay, my name's Phil, and I'm the curate at St. Martin's. Well, I'm quite involved with the children's work that's going on at the moment. We've got Monday Night Youth, which...
So you lead that. You lead that actually, don't you? The Monday night.
Yeah. I try and organise it and make sure the kids have got activities to do.
Yeah.
So last week we did paper boat racing, which was
I
interesting.
spectacularly failed at. It was terrible. So that age group, because there's an older youth group.
That's right,
as
yeah.
well. But
Yeah.
that age group that you're talking about, what is that age range?
So it starts around 7 and goes up to 11.
So kind of the second half of primary school.
Late primary school.
Okay.
And the first year of secondary.
And that's Monday nights, isn't it? Here?
That's right, Monday night, 6 o'clock.
Monday evening as well, there's like a Zumba class, a boxercise class. Again, these are outside of like the church, but they're really kind of crucial in helping us fund our mission. And then we're on to Tuesday, like already it feels like a long week, with ABC, which again has been running for years. There's 2 groups that meet, a morning group and an afternoon group. Then we're on to Wednesday. So again, it's a really busy place. We've got communion, coffee morning. The coffee morning kind of flows straight out of the communion. It's almost a bit like coffee after church, but there's a raffle.
Yeah, I love that. I've never been anywhere where there's a communion, coffee, and then a raffle. It's amazing.
And then we've got lunch club on a Wednesday.
And this is the senior citizens, is
Yeah,
it?
so I can't remember the age range. I think it's like over 60s or something, which I don't really class as senior citizens. So I would say like those that, enjoy each other's company and have time on their hands on a Wednesday afternoon would be more than welcome. Then we're on to Thursday, and the halls are exceptionally busy. We have the quilters on a Thursday, which is, again, an outside group.
Okay.
But they've been coming here for years. We have dance in the evenings, about 3 nights a week, dance classes. And the bell ringers meet on a Thursday evening. Fridays is a little bit of a quieter day for us in regard to the halls, which is good because we kind of need a day in which we can do cleaning and maintenance and things.
Sure, yeah.
We are so blessed with the facilities that we have and the opportunities and how we can meet people.
Yeah.
Because, having worked in the office for the last 4 years, that door is a bit of a revolving door. And which can sometimes feel frustrating, but, it's such a blessing because you just don't know who's going to walk through the door next. And it's not just church, people coming in the door needing to, talk about something church related. It's hall hirers, it's people wanting to talk to us about baptisms, weddings.
Yeah. So to finish, what's, what in your role as operations manager, I mean, I can clearly even just hear from you describing it that
it's vast.
And there's obviously a lot of stuff to try and take care of and all of that kind of thing. What's your favourite thing about your job?
Being part of building the vision, being part of that. At the moment we're kind of establishing the teams and the team structure, which is something that probably has always existed, but in a really kind of loose form and never been given a name.
Yeah.
And that's something that I have oversight of the teams, and just being part of that and kind of it's exciting. There's something so exciting, and God is doing something really exciting in the Southwest, and knowing that I've been called to have a part to play in that, and actually we all have. My part's no greater than anyone else's, and but that God's got a part for me in that.
So as you can hear, there are so many things going on, and in fact, we didn't mention them all. People are visiting schools, visiting care homes, doing things in the communities. There's a lot of stuff happening, which is exciting. One thing we did mention was ABC, which is the sort of adult and toddler group that happens every Tuesday. And I was really keen to find out more about that. So next week, the whole episode is going to be dedicated to finding out more about what happens at ABC and how it affects the people who are involved in it. So join us for that next week.